Hello, Trahans. Paul here. So I wanted to show you this is the first wave of stuff that we got out of the engine, and it's thick, almost like pudding. Let's see, where's that stir stick? I'll grab that stir stick here. It's about like pudding. So when this happened, there was a period of time that your oil pump probably was not pumping anything. This would have been blinded over the screen on the oil pump, and your oil pump wasn't able to lubricate the bearings. So we don't know for sure, but there's probably major damage to the bearings.
Which will mean crankshaft.
Yeah, and that means that's, kind of leading towards what I'm telling you. You're probably going to have to, we can go ahead and clean this all out and find out for sure, but you're probably going to have a rebuild, especially when we add this to the fact that when we got your engine running and we cleaned all of the cat litter that was up inside the exhaust manifolds out and all like that.
If they got a video, show them that right there.
Yeah, so
that's excessive wear.
Your timing chain is worn out.
That is excessive wear. Your timing will jump all over the place, back and forth.
Yeah, so
you'll never keep timing right with a chain that bad.
So that's probably just a result of age. That's not necessarily a result of running in this pudding. But the transmission was full of pudding, which doesn't really hurt the transmission as long as we can clean it out. But it would hurt. And here's another example of pudding. This is the stuff that collected on the inside of the cover for the transmissions.
Well, it was completely packed full of it, but
this is what remained and stuck to the cover when we took the cover off. But yeah, the entire transmission was full of that stuff.
The entire inside the motor full of that.
And so your oil pan was full of that as well, and we're draining more pudding out of your oil pan right now as we are taking the video. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is that we're at a crossroads here. You're probably looking at a rebuild, or and if we rebuild it, then coupled with the discovery that you guys are wanting to run it or running it in salt water, and it's probably maybe has been run in salt water.
See that right there? And that's got nothing to do with what happens internally. That rust.
That's true. Yeah, that's so we're getting rust on. That's a new starter or a rebuild. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
look at it. I mean, this is all saltwater environment.
Yeah. So the same thing's going on the inside of the engine as you see on the outside of the engine.
See? And this is all fresh.
So my point is, I think we would be better off to put a new engine in that has a closed loop cooling system, and the inside of the engine and the inside of the exhaust manifolds would be running in antifreeze, which has a corrosion inhibitor in it. The only place that the salt water, after the salt water gets done in the heat exchanger, the salt water comes back in here in the risers and is added to the exhaust system to keep the exhaust system cool, exhaust hoses cool in your boat. So I think we need to give that some thought. We're happy to go ahead and save this, but we might be saving a.
Dying.
Yeah, it may already be dead, but we won't know if it's dead or not until we clean all this crap out of it and determine where the water came from and so on and so forth. So we may just want to stop the process at some point. I mean, we need to get it cleaned out so that you got something, and we can make a decision to either rebuild or try to run it when it's close to the end of its life. It's not going to be very reliable. Um, so there's a lot of reasons that I'm going through right now for just going ahead and cutting to the chase, not spending any more money on this engine, and putting an engine in that is freshwater cooled. And you might want to talk to your friends that boat in the ocean and get their opinion as well. But I'm sure they're going to share the same opinion. And anyway, we'll talk to you about it soon. Thank you.